Welcome to Rock Hoarder Revelations. I'm Freddie Allen. It's been a while since I made a video or did anything with the channel. As you know, I collect lots of rocks, break them, and study them, and find gems and whatever. Those of you that have watched videos before, you know. Those that are new to the channel, let me just show you. So I take rocks like pretty much like these and break them down into smaller pieces so I can study them and see what they're made of, and have lots of stuff. I got so many things going on I don't even know. But yeah, I study like the atomic scale, study the structures of different things. I don't know. Try to understand how they form, how they grow, why they grow, and how the things connected with them. Very strange structures and things that seem like they might be random or just, but they're not random at all. I think they're very calculated, all of them. I think most of these are connected. I think they're very old, probably formed nearly when the earth formed, I think. But we'll get into that. Anyways, I hadn't made a video in a while, and I wanted to make some new content. I'd been working, so I haven't really had time to do anything with the channel, with the rocks. I'd have broken a few more and studied them and done a few things, and a few experiments, and I just got a lot of things going on. I can't even remember completely. But just basically trying to I don't know. I don't know what I've been trying to do. I got so many things. I could keep samples from everything I break. I got tons of stuff going on. Like, I don't know what to do with it. Keep knocking stuff down. That's all good too. Tons of stuff. I start projects or experiments, and I get sidetracked, forget about stuff, forget what I have, completely forget about entire rocks and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed. Got too many things. But so I take like stuff like everything in here from smaller stuff similar to this, but smaller, from breaking rocks like these and some of these others, and then throw it in the tumbler and get stuff like this out of it. Pretty much some of the stuff I sort out of the grit and stuff out of the bottom of the tumbler. All the crap. But yeah, I try to sort that out. I try to keep all the samples, but I'm just one guy. I lose track. As you can see, I got so many things I lose track of what's what after a while. And so, but you can see all the different things that come out of the bottom of the tumblers. And some other stuff like that too. I'm not sure exactly what all this stuff is, but a lot of different stuff. So yeah, I mean, I've had this stuff all put up for a while now, a few months. Had a lot of projects going on around here, and like I said, had to get a job and kind of work for a while. And then I just kind of started pulling this stuff out and checking it out and trying to figure out what I had going on and finding more crystals. And you won't believe some of the crystals. Every time I find something really cool and think, there's nothing I could find that could top that. Like, and I'm just, it blows my mind when I actually find something else that, in my opinion, tops it. And I just don't know how I could be so lucky to keep coming up with all these incredible stones. But yeah, I'm going to show you some of the newest stuff I've got. This stuff, I still, like, I've been just scrubbing this down with a nylon brush, really kind of a stiff bristled brush, knocking away all the porous and, stuff that crumbles away. It's some unusual stuff. I've taken some other rocks similar and done the same thing where the minerals in between or whatever are just soft enough that, they'll crumble away or crumble out, or sometimes soak them in water. They'll be water soluble. And then you can brush them out and it, it'll separate the crystals and stuff naturally from each other. Some of them have more of a glassy matrix or minerals bonding them together where they kind of got to be sanded out and makes it a little bit different. But yeah, I've been working on these things, trying to find like complete gems or whole crystals or whatever. And I found some really cool ones. You can see like the crystal habit too, how it reflects into the rock like itself. Yeah, all these. And that's the atomic scale as well. And see how this right here is, this whole piece is trying to be this right here, but this is purer. Whereas this is, you can tell, large crystals that are, but I mean, internally, this one's made up of the same types of things inside of it. And then, as they get even purer, and more transparent, it's harder to see all that, but it's still there, you know, part of its structure, just how they grow. And like this would be, you know, a smaller atomic scale version of something similar. I'm tired. I don't even know if I'm making any sense what I'm talking about, but what was I going to show you? I was getting to some stuff. Let me think here. Where did I put the stuff? I got all this stuff. What this is. That's more of that stuff down there. Like more pieces like what I was just showing you, just from breaking rocks more similar like these, and then getting the pieces. And you could tell like when I break them, I try to break them in the fractures and cleavage points and parting. If they have any. Yeah, there's all kinds of, like I said, they seem really random the way, but they're not. They're very precise structures. They just they're all at different points of erosion, corrosion, resorption, oxidation, all the different things that, you know, they've withstood, you know, so many different, you know, they come from different phases or whatever. So some of them have taken on a, you know, been in a way completely different environment, you know, maybe formed under the same conditions, but then experienced completely different things after that, which gives them, you know, all these different, like I said, you know, different corrosions and erosions and resorptions and such. But so yeah, I was moving that stuff on there. I don't know what to do with all this stuff. I need to just sell it, make some money off it. I think I can do that maybe soon. I hope. But yeah, all these, can you believe that? Just take some ugly random, seemingly ordinary gravels, similar to that, not exactly, but similar. And this is what comes out of the tumbler after a few weeks. But you know, it's still just incredible. Seems like everything here is a gem. And I've got way too many, so what was I looking for? So yeah, I've got, you probably remember all these. Like I said, I got so many things I can't even remember what I've got going on. What was I saying? So yeah, I found, okay, like this right here. this cluster. Okay, so I found some like this that were like this, but they didn't grow like these faces right here. They're completely surrounded in other rock or matrix all the way up against them, so they're not quite like this. Some of them I was able to just scrub away with the nylon brush and make the crystals come apart, and then others like still had some other like glacier type of like other minerals, you know, like these minerals here, but more glassy instead of this right here. Would pretty much brush out of here too, the nylon brush, if I kept brushing and make these come apart too. But yeah, these other ones I found, they're more like in a rock like this, almost like you can see like the top of the hexagon right there. I think you, yeah. I don't know if you can see it or not. But yeah, I found some other ones that were kind of like these, but would, like I said, would fall apart real easy scrubbing them with the nylon brush. And so I got some of those. I'm going to show you some newer, some stuff I hadn't shown before. These are pretty interesting. Like I said, they're a lot like these, but not quite as flat at faces because they were completely had other stuff up against them in rock, you know, similar to this. Like it clusters, you know, clusters like this in the middle of rock like that, or you know, rock like this, or something. But yeah, that's what I was going to show you, was those. Then also a cousin of mine was telling me he's got a, I think a diamond saw. So I think you're pretty soon I'm going to be able to check that out and experiment with that, and maybe we can learn something about cutting stones or do something. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I've got so many stones already. Like I said, it's hard to believe. Like every time I'm like, you know, there's no way. I got so many cool stones. There's no way I could top what I've already found. And then, I mean, like, you probably, I mean, if you've seen the channel before, you've seen these before. But you know, if you haven't, then check them out. I've got incredible rocks already that I've had for, you know, several years now, and also have broken out of rocks like these, you know, similar. I've got, so yeah, these are what I've already had and shown on here, but I'll set them out again before I get to the newer ones. These. So yeah, I mean, like I said, these are all stuff I've already shown before. Got a bunch of crap. It's already pretty fairly nice. Plus, like my big pieces like these two. And that, don't forget that cube too as well. I got huge cube, natural cube crystal. These are cube crystals as well. This is the octahedra crystal, and some of the other stuff that I've broken a lot of these smaller crystals from, and kind of weird, different stuff going on there too. On the base of them, or whatever. Anyway, let's see. We're gonna get to those. These right here. So yeah, this stuff here. Unusual too. I said these ones here that I have, they were a lot like this, but more completely covered in with this other type of stuff and scrubbed out with the brushes, but kind of this was the bottom that was down into stuff, and this stuck out. And I think this was on there like that. Not quite like that, but something like that. I think. Yeah, something like that. I think it was sticking out. But this stuff's pretty hard too. It's all been scrubbed real good with silicone carbide. And yeah, I can't really sand it down or not past, like, from where the matrix material was up against it, like a white mica maybe too, like a layer of mica, real thin, might have been. I don't know what it was, but yeah, it's really hard. And there's a couple more pieces like that, similar to that. So yeah, these are all some newer stuff that I've... Okay, I'm gonna run out of storage space, and kind of forgot what I was doing anyways, but this I've been kind of working on by hand with sandpaper, kind of trying to crudely cut it into a gemstone. But the one I really wanted to show you, this is cool too, but this isn't it either. This is a nice crystal. Nice. But still not the one I was trying to get to. This one is like I said, having nice. It's hard to imagine ever topping anything, but I always feel like, I don't know, but this is incredible. Like it's phenomenal. This weighs 100 carats exactly. And it just blows my mind when I break rocks like that in a big, well, I'll have to show you, in a metal box thing with the fence post drivers, what I crush them with usually to break them. Sometimes I'll use a chisel if I can find a fracture or whatever. I'd put a chisel and a hammer, but for the most part, I mean, I would crush them. And I mean, so yeah, when I dump out stuff like this, it's just crazy to me. I think I have topped anything I have once again. And I've got a lot of cool shit, but this right here has got to be one of the coolest, like right up there with these easily. Anyways, I didn't really say anything that made much sense, and just trying to figure out what I was doing before I put all this crap away and went to work. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, I endless amounts of stuff. I still got even jars back there, there, more stuff, tons of stuff. And hopefully I can figure out, I might be able to, if I can sell it the same as like merchandise, like the way they sell merchandise on other channels. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna check into it and see how that goes. So if you guys are interested, I don't know, hopefully soon I'll have that figured out. Anyways, for now, take care, have faith, and God bless. We'll see you next time.